Good morning, my dear students. Now today again we will proceed this lesson computational thinking, and we will study some more points in this Python language. Yesterday we have discussed computational thinking with a few major points like decomposition, pattern recognition, abstraction, algorithm, generalization, evaluation. So all these points, I hope it is clear to you. Now Python is a programming language, and in this programming language few advantages are there. Means why we have adopted this language, there are certain reasons. Now the first one is easy to use. This language is easy to use. It means Python is compact and very easy to use object oriented language. The word which is object oriented language, it means that we can write the entities inside one class and that object can be reused again and again. For example, if we are designing a software program for any calculator, then we can use the input method only once, means 2 number or 3 numbers input variable we have declared, and that can be used for every function whatever we are doing. Means if plus also, then the same variable we can use. If multiplication, then also the same variable we can use. Means we will take the input from the variable which we have declared, and that will be common for all, and we can use those variables with different situations according to the user's need. So that's why this is easy to use software programming language and object oriented language with very simple syntax rules. It is very high level language and thus very programmer friendly. This means that this is a high level language, and what is the meaning of high level language? That a user, the programmer, can understand it well. So this is high level language, and we can't say this is very much high level language as because Java is having the wide variety of libraries in it. Means it can do the large tasks, very tough things very easily, but in Python this is not possible because variable conflict may be there. The next is our expressive language. Expressive language, this means that we can code the program, and that can be easily understood by the end user, by the programmer, that the person who is using it. Means Python's expressions means it is more capable to expressing the code's purpose that may other languages. Reason being fewer lines of code, simpler syntax. It means that in Java, if you are writing 30 lines, but in Python you can write the same thing within 15 lines. So it will reduce the code burden also. You can do the same work in less number of codes. For example, one example I am showing in other languages how the swapping is being done in other languages. For example, if int, this is int a is equal to 2, b is equal to 3, and one more temp. Temp is the variable and it is of integer type. Now temp is equal to a is equal to b, and b is equal to temp. So this means first you have declared basically this thing, syntax you can use in Java and C++ both. In A2 B3 you have recognized, and then temp is a variable of integer type. Then you have given the value of a in temp and the value of b in a, and the whatever the value of temp will have, that will be copied in v. So basically this is the method to swap the numbers, but in Python a is equal to 3 and a comma b is equal to b comma a, means whatever the value here a is having, the first variable which you have written like a, so a will hold the first value, and whatever the value you have written b, that will hold the second value. Now in this you can see it clearly that first value variable will hold this, so a is having the value of b, and in the second you can see b is having the value of a. So in Java or C++ you have written 4 lines, but in Python you can write the 2 lines and work will be same. So this is the main point that why we have adopted Python. Very less number of line of codes you can write to do the same work as you are doing the same work in other languages with a large number of codes. So basically this is the biggest problem. Which one is compact and easier to understand? Need I say more? So this is the simple example. Then the next is your interpreted language. Interpreted language. This I hope it is clear to you all. Interpreted language means it will be understood by the machine line by line. In other languages like Java, what is the functionality of computer processing? This is a compiler based execution in Java, and what will happen, whole program will be understood and considered by the program that compiler, and it will count the number of errors, it will show you all the errors and you have to rectify it, then only your program will move next. But in Python, this is interpreter based language, it will read one by one line and it will show you the error if any, and you have to rectify one error and then it will move next. So basically in this interpreter based language, it is easy to recognize the problem as it will show in which line error is there. At that time if you will resolve it, then definitely it will move next. Now Python is an interpreted language, not a compiled language. This means that Python installation interprets and executes the code line by line at a time. It makes Python an easy to debug language and thus suitable for beginners to advanced users. Its completeness. Its completeness means when you install Python, you get everything. You need to do the real work. Means its completeness means if you are using any kind of function, then diverse functions are present in this Python language. You can use many other functions to do the same work. For example, all types of required functionality is available through various modules of Python standard library. For example, for diverse functionality such as emails, web pages, database, GUI development, network connections, and many more, everything is available in Python standard library. So in this Python programming language, whatever the work you want to write a program, to write a code, to connect the computers, to insert graphics in it, to insert any other kind of movements in this. So libraries are present in Python programming language, and you can use the vast variety of language so to perform your work. So this is called its completeness. This language is complete and no other thing you have to connect, no other thing you have to download for this language. This is the fourth. its completeness. Next is your cross platform language. Cross platform language. This means that if you are designing a program in one computer, then definitely it will be it will work in the next another operating systems as well. Basically, cross platform is not dealing with the hardware. Cross platform technology is dealing with the software only. Means if you are designing a Python program in Windows 7, then definitely it will work with Windows 10 and other operating systems also. Python can run equally well on a variety of platforms: Windows, Linux, Mac machines, supercomputers, smartphones, etc. It's that amazing. Means you can design some apps as well with the help of this Python programming language. Now next is your free and open source. Free and open source. So what is the meaning of this free and open source? Basically, this language is free and you can download it for free from the python.org. You can download it directly. You can write Python download from Google and then you will get the link. So this language is easy to use and no license fees you have to give. Python language is freely available without any cost. Python.org is the website, and not only it's free, its source code is also available. It's open source also. Do you know that you can modify, improve the open source softwares? So this is the python.org is the website, and with the help of this website you can download. Open source means you can write your codes. If you are good enough in programming, then you can improve these codes also. You can write something, some classes very nicely, and then you can give suggestions. Then your codes will be accepted and inserted in it. So you can do whatever you want with this. Now point number 7. Point number 7, variety of uses applications. Variety of uses and applications means in which sector we can use this language. So there are many fields that we are using the softwares. Python has evolved its powerful completeness. Now first is your scripting. What is the meaning of scripting? Scripting is the way to write the software codes that will work on certain times. For example, any website you are using, in that website if you are clicking somewhere with the logical part, then at that time scripts will run. It will be sitting silently if you are not touching those scripts, but if you are clicking, then only it will run and it will give you the solution, it will give you the answer. So basically these are the scripts. Now web applications, the website, you can design it with HTML or XML or PHP as well. Now in the back hand side you have to give the logic by writing the codes. Means if we are simply designing the web pages, then website design is only the looks that we can see, but in backhand side we have to give the logic, means what you will click and what work you want. So that work you have to write in any language that can be easily performed with the Python language. Next is your game development. You can learn Python and then you can design the games as well. So this is the very important thing. System administrations. means some server programming you can do, some controlling softwares you can design, and any different types of module that can handle any tool, that can handle any hardware you can design. Next is your rapid prototyping, means if you want to copy anything rapidly, if you want to search anything automatically, then you can write the codes within this Python language, and that will be accessed through servers rapidly. Next, GUI programming. GUI is graphical user interface, means if you want to see in Python, then you can design that visual effect very nicely in Python. Means not only the codes it will show, not only the answers in text it will show you the content in visual format also. Means when you will run the program, it can show you colors, it can show you movements, it can show you animation also. So that level of coding you must know for doing all these things. So that level is not available and not present in our syllabus, and that is a very vast concept, but you can do in this language if you have interest. Now, database applications. So what do you mean by database applications? Basically, we have seen that in bank accounts there are millions of customers. Every customers they may have different services in that bank account. So one account can be accessed through different modes, and there are millions of customers, then millions of services are also there, and in every second millions of transactions are going on. So everything is managed by the servers, and that can be easily that code can be easily written by this Python language. So this is very important fact. Now all these was the advantages of the Python programming. Now few disadvantages. Disadvantage means the things in which field that Python is not capable. So that is called disadvantages of Python. So although Python is very powerful yet simple language with so many advantages, it is not the perfect programming language. There are some areas where Python does not offer much services. Now number one, not the fastest language. Number one, not the fastest language. It means this is the interpreter based language, and interpreter will read the program line by line. So this is the first demerit, that this is not the fastest language. It will read the program line by line, so it will take time. So this we have to consider. Now Python is interpreter based language, not a fully compiled one. Python is first semi compiled into an internal byte code, which is then executed by Python interpreter. Fully compiled languages are faster than this interpreter based language. Next is your lesser libraries. Lesser libraries than C, C++, Java. Lesser libraries means we are telling this is high level language, but not that much high level language. We can't compare this language with Java and with C++. C++ and Java are having much more different types of libraries to do the work, but in some areas Python will lag. It is not having that much number of libraries to do all the things. It can't do everything. So this is the problem in this Python language. Now next is your not strong on data binding. Not strong on data binding. As in Java, once you will declare the variable as integer type, that will be considered as integer in whole program. But this is the problem in Python. Once we will declare it as integer type, first thing, basically no declaration is there. Computer will itself understand that what type of data it is. Means if you are writing a is equal to 10, then computer will easily by self understand that a is 10, means it is integer. Second point, in Java or in C++, we are declaring the data types, means int a is equal to 10. So computer will not understanding anything, computer will follow our instructions. We have said int a equal to 10, it means we have given the instruction that a is of integer type and it will hold the value 10. So what is the meaning of this not strong on data binding? As in Java, we have declared that a is integer type variable, but in Python we will write only a is equal to 10, and if in the program downside a is equal to a it is coming, means if the value changes to string, then a will update its value. So a will not hold the integer value in the whole program. If any kind of change is there, then at that time variables may update their values. So this is the low data binding. Means, once again I am telling, if we want to store integer type in a and upside we have given a is equal to 5, after execution, if downside, if any other value, float value 2.7 is coming and it is just a is equal to 2.7 we will write, or any update is there, then a will suddenly update its value, a will change its value. So this will create the low data binding problem, because upside your value is something different and downside your value will be different, something different thing you will get. So basically this is the biggest problem, low data binding. Next is your not easily convertible. Not easily convertible. Because of its lack of syntax, Python is an easy language to program, but this advantage has a flip side too. It becomes a disadvantage when it comes to translating a program into another programming language. This is because most other languages have a structured, defined syntax. Since most other programming languages have strong syntax, and this is the problem with the Python, that Python is not having that much level of a strong syntax, because it can change its value while the time of execution. This is the very big problem. Now how we will work with Python? After this long discussion, I have discussed all the advantages and disadvantages, and I have discussed also that how you will think before programming. So in this, how will you work with Python? So first thing, you have to install the Python 3.7 version in your computer. Python 3.7 version, you will download it from python.org. After installation, you will get two windows. First window is interactive mode, and the second window is your script mode. So in interactive mode, 3 angular brackets will be there, and in script mode nothing is there. So what is the difference? In interactive mode, you can save the program, the whole session. Means whatever you are writing, that you can save, but whole session will be saved. In script mode, what is the difference? One small codes you can save, and that will be saved in exe mode. Means as you are using exes to install the software in your computer, just you are double clicking on it and it will be installed. The same thing you can create with Python also. Write one small code, 5, 6, 10 lines, then save it in script mode with giving any name and the extension .py. So what will happen, it will create an exe, means double click on it and it will run. The same thing you can create in interactive mode. This facility is not available. In interactive mode, angular brackets will be there and one line execution is there. You have to, if you want to save, then whole session you can save. Whatever you have written from the starting of the software, that everything will be saved in this interactive mode. So in this, very easy, that first window is your interactive mode. In this 3 angular brackets you will get any one line, like 5 plus 2 if you are writing, and then after you are pressing enter button, so again this will come and it will show you the answer 7. So you can use this software as a calculator also for one line execution. Now in this working mode of idle computer, this will be easily shown to you in your system with the interactive mode. Now working in script mode. So script mode means you have to go to file. How will you open script mode? You have to go to file tab. This is the upside button present. You have to go to file tab, then click on new window. As you will click on this new window button, that new window will open without any angular bracket, means these angular brackets you will not get in the new window. So that new window is called script mode, and in that new window you can type codes, you can save one program with different names, and that will act as exe files that you can simply double click and it will be used in your system. So basically this is the way. In this, no need to write, in interactive mode no need to write the print function. Means in interactive mode, if I am writing a is equal to 10, this is okay, b is equal to 15. Now computer has taken 10 in a and 15 in b, and then after if c is equal to a plus b I am writing, then after if c I am writing and I am pressing enter button, then I will get the answer 25. Means if you have written C and you have pressed enter key, so computer will understand that what I have to show, it will show the value of C. So here you can see C is a plus b, means both the numbers will be added and 25 you will get. But in script mode you have to use print function. If directly you want to print the answer, so answer will not be shown to you on the screen. So print function is required. You can use print here also. For example, if I am writing print C, then C, whatever the value of C will be, that will be shown to you. So 25 will be shown to you. This is very easy. And in script mode also you will write the same thing, you will write the print function. So these are the differences, and while saving you have to take care that how you are saving the program. While saving the program, while saving the program, very simple. As in HTML, earlier we was studying HTML. So in HTML, as you are saving the program, you are writing name and .html. The same thing you will write here, any name .py. So while saving the program, you have to take care of this extension, you have to write html.py. This is very important. If you are not writing the .py extension in it, then also your computer will automatically use .py extension and it will be saved. So this is very important thing, but we should use it, we should means use this extension. Now after saving this program, once this program is saved in our system, so how will you run the program? So in script mode you have to take care of one thing, that in script mode, without saving any program you can't run it. First you have to save the program, then only you can use that code, you can run that code. So the first thing you will write the code, then after, as you are print hello world, if I am writing this, then after, this is the code only, save it. So how will you save? Any name like 1.py I have given. So after saving, this window, prompt window will be opened before you. You have to go, you can go to the option also, or you can press F5 button. You have to press F5 button. By pressing F5 you can run the program. So this is very important thing, that how will you run? First save the program, then after saving it press F5 button, so you can run that program can be used. So this is the important thing. If you are not pressing F5 key, then simply you have to go to the run module upside, run tab upside, and click on run module. So upside run is also there, you can click on this run module and then click on run module, so your program can be executed with this. Now there are several many other programming environment, for example Anaconda, Spider. So all these softwares are not importantly you have to install, because these softwares are the combinations, and for high level developers it is. For example, if you are going through Anaconda, then Anaconda is having Jupyter Notebook and Qt console and Spider. So all these will be installed in your computer, and whatever you want to use, that will it is your choice, you can click on that. So I will not suggest you to go for all these things. Simply you have to go to python.org, download Python 3.7, and whatever the work you want you can do, because it is small also and it will not slow down your system. If any other software you are installing, then definitely it will use more resources and it will slow down your computer. So, and working method with all the other softwares is similar, so don't bother for other tools. Now students, this was the basic introduction of Python, that how will you work, and this lesson number 5 is over, and I have given all the concepts that how will you work with Python. So I will discuss question answers with you in our next class. Thank you students.